Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a little get ready with me situation. I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this hair into makeup. I'm so obsessed with the way that this look came out. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell. That way you get notified anytime that I make a new upload. So first things first, as always, we're going to be starting off with the hair. Shout out to ULAHAIR company for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate you guys. So this is the wig that they sent over. It's a really beautiful blonde highlighted wig. I've been loving like these highlighted wigs lately. It's definitely like a nice change from black hair. Still love black hair, don't get me wrong, but the highlights have definitely been like a nice little change. So I already had my hair pulled back into a bun, and in my wig caps and everything, I used a little bit of lace tint on the wig cap to kind of tint the wig cap a little bit closer to my complexion. And from there, we're just gonna go ahead and get this baby on. I already applied this wig before. I actually used it the day before I filmed this video. I wasn't really like, you know, too fond of like how I styled it and everything though. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna refilm this video and, you know, try to do something else with this hair. Thank God for Pinterest. I was like scrolling through Pinterest and I saw some really cute hairstyles and like these really super cute curls and stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna curl it. It's gonna be cute. But anyway, before we get there, let's go ahead and install it. I'm gonna be using the Ebin lace adhesive. I think this is like the strongest one that they have. But you guys, I've been loving this lace adhesive. It is so good. I've actually been using this for quite a while, but in the past, I would apply this lace adhesive. Adhesive on top of the lace. Now I apply it directly onto the skin. I give it a couple seconds to dry, and then I'll apply the lace on top, and I love it so much more that way. The lace looks better, everything just looks more seamless. I don't have to worry about adhesive like in the roots of the hair at the front. It's just 10 times better. So if you ever do try this lace adhesive, definitely just apply it directly onto the skin and then give it a couple seconds to dry down. You can use like maybe 1 or 2 layers depending on how much hold you're looking for, and then apply your lace right on top. It's definitely like 10 times better than how I used to use it. Trust me. So this is pretty much what the wig looks like after I'm all done installing it. Like I mentioned before, I like had this wig on the day before. So when I was styling it then, I cut it. So the wig came a little bit longer than this. So we're just gonna work with the short hair for today because obviously we can't make the hair any longer. So I'm gonna start off styling this wig by doing my edges. You guys already know I love like a nice little, you know, edge situation. So I've been using my little curling wands, like it's a little miniature one to curl the hair in the front, and then I'll go in with my edge control just a little bit on the root to style them, you know, place them, make sure they're all laying in the right direction. Once the edges are done, I'm gonna go ahead and start curling this wig. I'm basically using the same curling wand that I use to style my edges. So that small little one, and we're just gonna work in small sections and curl this hair up, you know, try to get it as curly as possible. But these curls came out so cute, especially with like the highlights going through them. Like I was living for the way that these curls came out. I'm not gonna lie though, it definitely took me a long time to get these curls. By the end of it, I was definitely like asking myself why I even did this. It was just taking forever because these curls are so small and the curling wand is so small. There's only so much hair that you can curl at a time. So it just took like an absurd amount of time to curl this hair. I recommend if you do want smaller curls like these, use like a perm rod. I think that's what they're called, or like a flexi rod. Maybe use like a little bit bit of like a wrap setting foam or some sort of styling product beforehand and just like let the flexi rods like sit in the wig overnight or something like that, and that way you don't have to spend like all this time trying to curl the hair. I did use a little bit of hairspray though to give the girls a little bit of extra hold, but overall I love the way that they came out. They're super cute, especially with these like highlights. I just thought like the whole thing was so stinking cute. Next time I'm definitely gonna just like leave the curls out and you know, just let them kind of flow and be wild and free. But today I wanted to kind of do like a half up, half down style. So once I'm done curling the hair, I'm just gonna pull some hair from both sides of my head and do like a half up, half down style. I left a few little strands of like hair in the front to be like a bang, like a side bang. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've kind of touched up some sections here and there on the like looser part of the hair just to make sure everything looks really good. And but yeah, that's pretty much all that I did for the hair. It's a really simple like style, but it definitely takes like a little bit of time if you use this method. That's the reason why I'm like saying definitely use like flexi rods, because going in with like a curling iron and trying to like curl all this hair all at one time is very time consuming. But either way, love the way that the style came out. So I'm gonna leave all of the information for this hair down below in the description box. Definitely don't forget to check there if you have any questions. Thank you again to ULAHAIR Company for sponsoring this video. We love them. They're always coming through with some bomb wigs. But now that we are all done with the hair, let's go ahead and jump into this makeup look. For today's makeup, I'm going to start off with the skin and then do eyes and everything else. So for the skin, I'm going to prime first using e.l.f.'s Power Grip Primer. This is a brand new primer that I just got recently, and it's really interesting. Like, I'm actually kind of like here for this primer, but it does have a little bit of like that sticky type of feel, and I love that in primers because it just makes it seem like your foundation is just like gripping onto your skin and it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay there forever, and that's exactly what we need when we're wearing masks all day long. So I went ahead and applied my primer first and then did a little bit of setting spray from e.l.f. This is their Stay All Day setting spray, I think. And then I moved into foundation. The foundation that I'm using, we're still rocking with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in shade Neutral 11. I've been loving this stuff. But applying it onto the skin as I normally do using a sponge, just gonna make sure that's really worked in well into the skin. And then I'll go in with some concealer. I'm using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I'm pretty much just gonna hit all the high points of the face, or the places that I typically like to highlight. So pretty much the sides of the nose, the inner corners of the eyes. I'll add a little bit on like the sides of the mouth, the chin, and then same thing with the foundation. I'm just gonna blend that in using the same sponge. Now, usually I'll apply all of my cream and liquid products first before I set with powder, but I like forgot. So we're gonna set everything with powder now. I'm going to use the Jordana Tecia setting powder in shade Peaches. I'm only going to do a light layer of this to set the under eyes, because as I was applying this powder, like the minute that I started using it, I was like, oh snap, I forgot to apply like my cream contour and my liquid blush. So I was like, let me just do like a little bit underneath the eyes and just get that part over with, and then we can, you know, go in with all of our other cream and liquid products for the skin. So just a little bit of that underneath the eyes and maybe just a tad bit on the forehead. The cream contour that I'm using is from Danessa Myricks. I've been loving this like bomb contour, but I'm using shade Deep number 1. Been loving this stuff. It's amazing. If you're looking for a cream contour or just like a cream situation to bronze with, definitely check this out. It blends into the skin so seamlessly. It's really amazing. So using that to cream contour, and then I'll go in with the colored Raine cream blushes and use the mixture of this pink shade and like this other terracotta-ish shade to apply onto the cheeks before I apply my powder blush. I am going to be baking the under eyes, so I'm just going to go back in with that same powder that I used to set the under eyes and bake with that. I love this powder to bake. It has like a little bit of like a peachier undertone, hence the name Peaches. I just love the way that this particular shade looks underneath the eyes, especially when I'm baking. So I'm going to apply that onto the sides of the nose, the bridge of the nose, and while that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and apply all of my other powder products to the skin. So I'm going in with a little bit of I'm going in with some bronzer. This one is from BH Cosmetics. This is their Tandantulum bronzer palette. I'm gonna mix just a couple of shades in there and apply it directly onto the cheekbones, a little just basically on top of where I placed that Danessa Myricks cream contour. And then for my powder blush, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Bellini blush palette. I'm laughing because I use this palette all the time. I use this palette so much. It's like one of my favorites. Like if you know me, you know how much I love a good peachy blush, and this palette is just like, it's everything. So I'm just gonna apply a mixture of like a couple of shades of that as well onto the cheeks. Then I'm gonna dust away the under eye bake. I'm gonna leave the bake on the nose though. I like to keep that going. And from there, I will apply my brow products. I'm pretty much only using one brow product though. This is the Benefits Brow Pomade, or is it Pomade? I think that's what it's called. But it is in shade number 5. It's basically just like a typical like brow pomade situation, but yeah, I'm gonna use that to fill in my brows. I've been loving more of like a clean, kind of like sculpted brow, so I've been loving like pomades again, and the Benefit ones are really good. So now let's go ahead and get into these eyes. I already did one of them off camera, so I'm going to show you guys how I did the other eye. I'm going to start off priming using the Be Perfect Perfect Prime eyeshadow base. This is my favorite right now. It just works, Let's you find something that works and then you just stick with it. And that's kind of like me in this primer. So I'm going to apply that all over to the lid space and just make sure to blend it upwards and out into the outer corner and the crease. A majority of the shades that I'm going to be using for this look are going to be from the Carnival 4 palette from Stacey Marie and Be Perfect Cosmetics. The first color that I'm going to be jumping into is shade Mystic. It's a kind of like a blackish green, if I'm not mistaken. It's just like a really dark, intense green. So I'm going to apply that onto the outer corner and kind of drag it a little bit into the crease. Then next I'm going into the shade Clover. This one is definitely lighter than our previous shade, and it's more, it has more of like a stronger like shade of green. So it's gonna really pull that like green tone through. I don't know if that makes any sense. But same as before, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that onto the eyes using a Morphe M506. Then our last transition color for the crease area and outer corner is gonna be Sable. I'm gonna apply that using a much fluffier brush to make sure that the eyes are really blown out, super smoky, and that transition between like dark to light is like, really well blended and everything. I'm going to be going into the Playing in Makeup by Yolando Relentless eyeshadow palette. Color that I'm using is Unmerciful. It's kind of like a olivey type of green, but I thought this color was so cute and definitely thought it would go perfectly with this look. I love using off-white shadows in the inner corner, especially matte formula ones, so I decided to go in with the shade Dove, also from the Antidote palette or the Carnival 4 palette, and place that into the inner corner. And then from there I went ahead and started creating like that smoky liner that you guys see on the lash line. I pretty much use the crease colors to create the smoky liner, so shades Mystic and Clover, and I just use a smaller kind of like a smudgy type of brush to apply those. The mascara that I'm using is from Lancome. This is their Miss Your Big mascara. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's such a good volumizing mascara. And then from there, I'm going to add some liner to the waterline. As always, I love using this power pencil from BH Cosmetics. It's in the shade Beige. Then I'll just finish up the lash line with a little bit of mascara. Of course, we gotta go in with some lashes. The ones that I'm using today are from Lily Lashes, and these are in the style Mykonos. So that pretty much completes the eyes. I'm just gonna finish up the skin by adding some nose highlight. I use this highlighter from Kaleidos Cosmetics. I think it's Kaleidos Cosmetics, but it's this really pretty like gold highlight. I'll make sure to leave the, link to this product down below in the description box if you guys are interested. Then for the lips, of course, you guys already know we're going with a nude. I'm gonna start off lining the lips using a new lip liner that I recently got from Colored Raine. This one is in shade Decadent. I'm gonna line the lips first with that. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of extra like defining using a darker lip liner. That one is from Melt Cosmetics and it's in the shade Edible. And then the lipstick that I'm wearing is also new from Colored Raine. This is their liquid lipstick formula in shade Peach Rose. Such a cute, like peachy nude color, and you guys already know how much I love a nude lip. And then I'm gonna finish up this look using some gloss. I'm using this Soap and Glory gloss, and it's in the shade Rose and Shine. And that pretty much completes the look, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's hair and makeup tutorial. Definitely let me know what you guys have been think of the look down below in the comments. I've been obsessed with green, just like green shadows and stuff. Let me know like if you guys enjoy like the green eyeshadow looks. I can try to pull out a few different variations of them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Sending lots of love, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.